there are two sets of laws within the West Bank that are contingent upon your religion and ethnic background. If you are a Jewish settler in the West Bank, you are subjected to Israeli civil law. If you are not a Jewish settler, if you are a Palestinian who has lived in the West Bank all their lives, if you are a Palestinian whose parents have lived in the West Bank all their lives, if you are a Palestinian within the West Bank, you do not have civil rights. You're living under military law. This weekend, on Sunday, at the Berlinale Film Festival in Berlin, Germany, an award was given to a film entitled No Other Land, which was made by an Israeli Jewish journalist, Yuval Abraham, and a Palestinian journalist, Basel Adra. And in accepting the award, this is what Yuval Abraham had to say.
I want to say we are standing in front of you now. Me and Basel are the same age. I am Israeli, Basel is Palestinian. And in 2 days, we will go back to a land where we are not equal. I am living under a civilian law, and Basel is under military law. We live 30 minutes from one another, but I have voting rights, and Basel is not having voting rights. I'm free to move where I want in this land. Basel is, like millions of Palestinians, locked in the occupied West Bank. This situation of apartheid between us, this inequality, it has to end. I want to say we are standing in front of you now. Me and Basel are the same.
And so, I mean, that lays it out pretty clearly, that dynamic. I don't, it's hard to understand how people cannot accept this notion.
I mean, this notion was also articulated quite well when fairly early on, when the author on Democracy Now!, gosh, what's his name? The very famous writer, Ta-Nehisi Coates, said it in when speaking about the West Bank in particular on Democracy Now! And spoke out about it. And apparently, the mayor of Berlin, not a Jewish person, said that this speech was anti-Semitic. That person who just spoke was an Israeli Jewish reporter.
Yeah. And in Yuval Abraham's tweet here, he said Israel's Channel 11 aired this 30-second segment for my speech and called it anti-Semitic as well.
Oh, he confirmed that, right?
And just if you guys recall, Basel Adra was on our program last July about this exact, what they made this documentary about, which is the destruction and occupying of Masafir Yatta, where Basel is from in the West Bank. Yeah. And right after our conversation, he was taken by Israeli forces, but then ultimately released.
Right.
We'll put a link, if we clip this, we'll put a link to that interview in that description.
Actually, Griscom and I talked to him on Left Reckoning. Left Reckoning 127, we'll link to that too.